The hardest part of grief for me is wondering who he would be today.
Hi, I'm Nick. This is my wife, Tina. On October 11, 2022, our son, Noah Weston, was born silent. No crying, no heartbeat, just silent.
So Nick and I, when we met almost 11 years ago, had no intentions of having additional children. He has 2 older children from a previous marriage. I have a daughter from a previous marriage, and we were quite content with our blended family. And about 5 years ago, Nick said, what if we decided to have a child together? Our journey with Noah was nothing short of God's perfect timing, and our plan was very intentional on the time that it took to get there. And Noah was our long-awaited answer to our prayers. And around 28 weeks, I had an ultrasound, and they felt like he was measuring a little smaller than where he should be. At that point, they recommended weekly biophysical profiles, and we began monitoring him every week. At 36 weeks and 2 days, we had another biophysical profile, and at that point, Noah was measuring in the 3rd percentile for his weight. And the doctors recommended that we go ahead and deliver him at 37 weeks just to be safe. And we saw our OB the next day, heard his heartbeat. It was strong, and she agreed. We both had events going on that Saturday, so we decided on Sunday, October 9th, we would begin our induction, and I would be 37 weeks and 1 day. And I woke up Saturday morning for my brother's wedding, and I said to Nick, I don't feel like I felt him move the way that I normally felt him. Didn't think too much about it, just he's lowering into the birth canal, preparing for delivery. And went on about the day, thought I had felt him move time or two, and just chalked it up as getting ready for delivery. Sunday morning, I woke up at about 5:30 in the morning in sheer panic because I truly couldn't remember the last time I had felt him move. So I opened my Bible app, searched through anything I could think of to help eliminate that fear and anxiety, because I was 37 weeks pregnant. Why would anybody lose their baby at that point? And so we went on about our day. We went to church, we had brunch. We weren't supposed to be at the hospital until 6 o'clock that night, so we got things ready, and to the hospital we went, walking in thinking we would be coming home with our son. And we got into the room, started to get hooked up, and the sweet nurse Kim, never forget her face and the emotions that were on her face, so much as she was trying to hide them, as she was struggling to hook me up to find the heartbeat. She brought another nurse in, and they struggled. And so they brought in the ultrasound machine, and the attending physician came in to try to find his heartbeat too. At that point, Nick and I didn't need the doctors to say those words, because we had seen enough ultrasounds to know that his heart was no longer beating. And at that point, we didn't know why or what had happened. So we had several options. We could stay, go into labor and deliver, or we could go home. So we chose to stay and deliver our son. And at that point, we went into the process of labor, and I was in labor for about 42 hours. And On October 11th at 5:16 p.m., we delivered Noah. He was 4 pounds, 10 ounces. And from the moment of delivery, we had our answers. Noah's cord was wrapped around his neck 3 times. It was crisscrossed across his body twice, and he had 2 true knots in his cord. So it's believed that as he lowered into the birth canal, likely cut off his oxygen supply, and we lost him a couple of days before that.
Yeah, so we delivered at Akron General Hospital, and they get baskets from Forget Me Not, and our nursing staff was just wonderful. They were very compassionate, and after hearing the news that Noah wasn't alive, and we still had to deliver, they didn't give us a whole basket all at once. They were very deliberate about giving us one little piece out of the basket every time they came to the room. First, they gave Tina the elephant, the stuffed elephant, and then like the next time they came in, they would put a wristband on the elephant's leg. So it was very, it was almost like a scavenger hunt, because every time they came in, you're looking to see what they do this time. Yeah, there's a couple things that are special. First of all, we had a photographer come in and take pictures of Noah, and the little teddy bear was in the pictures with him.
The stuffed elephant for me, I clung to that for months after losing Noah, because we didn't get to leave the hospital with a child. And that was the closest thing I had to hold. And I still have it. It's very worn. Our nurses made a necklace for the elephant with Noah Weston and a cross on it. And they also brought in the mommy stone for me to hold during delivery. So those pieces we cling to, and also our bracelets.
Yeah, our bracelets, we've worn them ever since we got them.
As a mom, I would say it is probably one of the most difficult pieces of my life that I have ever faced. But the only way through it is through it, to give yourself grace, to love yourself, and to find that space with your spouse, to grieve together. Also, lean into your faith, lean into your family and those around you who love you. But just know that there's no fixing this. None of this can be fixed, but in time, it will feel a little easier.